When we started our Memory Express, a lot of the big chain store like Future Shop, Computer City, and Doppler does not sell notebook memory upgrade. So what we see there's a market segment in there that we can cater to. So initially we actually go to all the Future Shop, all the Computer City store, and the Doppler store, and we pass out our business card and tell all the sales reps that, if they see anybody that actually needs a notebook memory, refer them to us. And if you have a problem customer that you cannot help them out, refer to us. We'll take care of the customer for you. So we found that, all those sales reps from the Future Shop, from the Computer City, and from Doppler refer lots of customers to us, so we don't actually have to spend any money on advertising. And that's how we get started that's how we get our client for Memory Express.
And in the beginning, it's actually a win-win situation for you guys too, right? They don't actually carry a lot of those memories, and for them, the customers, when they buy a notebook computer, they may want to have the extra memory, and it's natural for them to refer to you guys.
Yes, it is better for them because then they don't have to carry these computer memory that go obsolete really quickly, and it's good for us because we get the customer, and it's good for the customer because the customer can get what they needed, or else they'd have to wait for a long time through us. When we order this memory, we actually air ship it in for the customer the next day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So how did you guys transition from selling just memories to other products, and how did that start?
One day when there's this one customer that liked the way we provide service, so he told us to order a monitor in for him. I remember it was a Daytech monitor, so I ordered it in for him, and 2 days later he called in and he said he doesn't need anymore. He canceled it. So I have this monitor sitting in my office, and the office is only 200 square feet, so it takes up a lot of space. So at that time, we started to put a business card size ad in the computer paper, and in that 1 month, we have so many phone calls, and we sell. A lot of customers actually call in to request other products besides memory, that we slowly transition from just selling memory to motherboard to processor to everything else because of that customer that canceled that one monitor. And we take a bad situation and we try to turn it to something positive.
Exactly. So in the beginning, how did you guys handle the payment? Like, did you guys have to have the customer pay in cash first, or like how does it work in ordering, and how does it transition? I remember that even later on there was a time that you guys charge extra for taking credit cards, right? Could you talk a bit about the payment?
Well, initially we don't have any money to buy any inventory at all. So what happened was, any customer that want to order product from us, they have to prepay for the product. Basically, they can either pay by Visa, MasterCard, or cash. When we take the deposit, after we took the deposit, then we actually order the product. So we use the customer's money to finance our business.
Right, to kickstart the business originally.
Yeah. So you can hardly do anything with $800.
Right, and it's only after a few months of successfully doing that you guys move on, right?
Yes. After about 6 months, we generate enough capital so that we don't have to take deposit anymore. So we start to order a little bit more and more of the inventory in.
And it's only around that time that you guys start building computer systems for people to buy too, right?
Yes. I remember how we get into building system is, there's this one customer that come in and he called us up. He said, you know what, I need all these products here, the motherboard, the processor, and everything. Can you order it in for them and build it for us? I told him, I don't know how to build a computer at all. And if you want us to order it in, I will gladly order the product in for you, but I don't know how to build it. He said, that's fine, order it in, and I can build it myself. I asked the customer, can you come to our office and actually build the system in front of me? so I can watch and I can learn, and I can order those products in for you at cost. The customer agreed. So I remember we were sitting in a tiny little desk, and the customer started to put his own computer together, and I just stand behind him and I watch him and I learn, and Hein and I learn how to build it from the customer and not from us.
Wow.
Because at that time we don't know anything about assembly a computer at all. The first computer that we actually assembled took us about 5 days because we don't know how to set up the BIOS. And in the BIOS itself, there is one line that says halt unknown error, and we left the halt unknown error. We didn't change it. So when we boot up the computer, it freezes all the time. And after the 5th exchange of motherboard, we say this is impossible. Not all the motherboard will go defective. So we happened to press the delete button and go into the BIOS. And I scan down the menu, and there's this one line say halt unknown error, and I change it to halt on all error, and we save in the BIOS and we boot it up, and it actually went into the BIOS, and that's our first computer that we built. It took us 5 days, and night. Most night we work till 2 or 3 a.m.
You're trying everything that you can think of. Yeah, and the interesting thing is actually you learn it from watching the customer doing it once, right?
Yes.
And then you guys went ahead and do it yourself.
5 times before
5 days.
actually get it to work.
Right. So can you talk a bit about your expansion now? Like you started from the no store location to a 200 square foot office, and then to the Southwest branch. Can you talk about how, the philosophy behind how you guys expand, and what was the criteria for you to decide, okay, this is now time to move to a bigger location, or actually open up other locations in Calgary or even Edmonton and then Winnipeg?
When I was working at Future Shop, and one thing that I learned was, I remember one phrase that they taught me in the management training program: if your business doesn't grow, it will die. And I remember vividly that it's if the company stays stagnant, slowly you'll lose customers. As our company grow and get more and more customers, and we outgrew the space, we always look for bigger and bigger location, and that's the theory behind running Memory Express. That's the philosophy behind us running Memory Express. Is when we grow to a certain point, we have to keep on growing, because we cannot stop growing. If we stop growing, we start dying. That's our philosophy behind running Memory Express. Is
it determined by sales, or determined by what are the number of customers? How do you define that?
We don't actually have an actual formula, but when the lineup starts to get more than 4 or 5 minutes long, we know that we're going to go. We outgrow the space, so we have to look for new location.
Right. So looking at the Calgary situation, for example, it's always been in the beginning it's Calgary Southwest, right? Was it part of the triggering reason that a lot of the customers are driving from the north, that you decide that it's time to open up? What triggers the branching out to the north and 2 branches in the north?
Well, what happened was we looked at the store that on McLeod Trail, and we look at it and we say, we can't. The customer waiting is way too long for us. They have to wait sometimes 10 minutes to half an hour to buy a product, and we realized that we run out of room then, and at that time we actually start to look for our second location in the northeast.
So this is the Farrell Street location, or the McLeod Trail location?
The 32nd Street location. When we were in the McLeod Trail location, we realized that if the customer is waiting for 20 minutes, 30 minutes to come to our store and buy a product, that takes way too long. Our goal is to minimize the wait to 3 to 5 minutes. And when it gets to above 10 minutes, we're looking for a new location to move in so that we can have more staff or move to a second location. And that's how we determine. It's not by sales or by anything, it's by the length of the time that the customer has to wait.
Interesting way to look at it.